All right, welcome back, welcome back, my people, man. Uh, Awkward beginnings. It's a beautiful Saturday. All the games coming up, all the games on right now. There's a lot of stuff going on YouTube right now. A couple of years ago, they had Papoose and Fat Joe had a fight. There was rumored to be a fight. It was years ago, man, probably like 10 years ago, something like that, and for some reason, it's resurfaced um, because of the the hip hop is real interview with Cassidy. He mentioned it, and they asked him about what happened in the fight, and it seemed like there's three stories. You know what I'm saying that happened in this fight, but yeah, we're gonna go over all three stories real quick, and I guess we'll start off with Fat Joe's side. You know what I mean? We'll start off with Fat Joe's side, and y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe, and thank you for coming, everybody. Let's see. No, we'll start off. We'll start off with Papoose' side. All right, this is him on the radio explaining what happened between him and Fat Joe. So, all right, y'all check it out.
You still with them?
Nah, I'm not with Job no more. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't do what they got to do to handle the project properly. So we had in my contract, a guaranteed release clause. If they ain't put the album out by a certain time, we had the option to sit on the shelf or keep it moving. So we kept it moving. I just finally got the handcuffs off. So it's going down right now. My options is crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes labels don't understand like when they need to move. You know what I mean? If you look at Papoose, I'm always traveling around the world doing shows. You know what I'm saying? I'm always
Mm-hmm.
touring overseas,
Mm-hmm.
Canada, everywhere. So my fan base is there. You know what I mean? But sometimes labels like to just drag their feet and move
Oh,
too
they didn't
slow.
seize the moment, and yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like a certain time period they had to meet before they did something. So we moved on. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my options is crazy right now. I'm just finally getting my release from job like yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Me and Slay got the paperwork, so we looking and feeling real good right now.
Nice.
So let's talk about what happened in North Carolina, Papoose.
Yo, Envy, man, I don't understand why this dude is running around here making a big deal out of it because he got punched in his face. Like,
You talking about Fat Joe? Because he said that he beat you down and lumped you up, and then you was in a fetal position in a corner, and then
Miss Jones, I didn't even put the original story out. Like, this dude is crazy. The original story came out. That's the truth. He's trying to run around and change people's minds. What happened? You know what I'm
what's
saying?
the original story though?
Listen, Joey Ashcrack. I was out there in North Carolina. You know what I mean? On the venue with a couple other artists doing a show. Cassidy called my phone like, "Yo, Pap, you know what I'm saying? Come to my room. Let's kick it and all that." I go to Cassidy room with two of my dudes. You know what I'm saying? Me and two of my dudes in the room. Next thing I know, this dude come busting in the room with like 9 bodyguards. Anybody who know this dude know he walk around with off-duty cops. You know what I'm saying? He walk around with bodyguards. So they come in the room, right? I'm sitting on the couch. This dude is up in my face. Yo, you got a problem with me? You got a problem with me? I'm like, yo, this kid can't be serious. I stands up now. So when I stand up, I'm like, yo, do you want it to be a problem? You know what I'm saying? I said, do you have a problem with me? He said, yeah. When he said, yeah, Miss Jones, I went dead in his mouth. I had no choice but to go in his mouth. This dude got 9 bodyguards with him. I went dead in his mouth. When I went in his mouth, his whole entourage rushed me.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? When they rushed me, I still was getting it on with all of them. In the process of me whooping their ass, yeah, my watch fell off my hand. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened to it. Anybody know that? A watch is the easiest thing.
Now, do y'all think this story is sounding correctly? You know what I mean? From this point, y'all think he beat up 9 security guards? I don't know, man. Papoose may seem to be a little timid in certain situations, so I just don't know.
Thing to come off, you know what I'm saying? But the story hit the internet, and now he got to run around and save face. And ask any one of his bodyguards that was there. I told Fat Joe, I told him in his face, I said, listen, man, me and you one-on-one. All your bodyguards and my two dudes leave the room, lock the door, let's go one-on-one. He refused to do that. You know what I'm saying? The story hit the internet. Now he want to save face and talk reckless. Like, come on, son. Dude, this dude is crazy.
So did Cassidy set you up?
You heard the story, Miss Jones. You tell me what you think. You know what I'm saying?
Cassidy
This
set
dude,
you up.
this dude got an album coming out, so he got to run around and try to save face. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's where Cassidy come in. We'll get to that in a minute.
But at the end of the day, Fat Joe or whatever your name is, I two-pieced you, man. That's it.
What did Cassidy say after all of this happened? Whose side was he on?
I mean, everybody was playing like they don't know what happened, man. You know what I mean? But Cassidy Entourage, somebody in Cassidy Entourage is the one who put the story out there. The original, look at the original story that hit the net. And what I don't understand, Ms. Jones, is that 50 Cent dissed Fat Joe about 4 years ago. Nothing happened yet. You claiming that 50 Cent walk around with police, this is the reason. But you walk around with police. Your bodyguards are so tall, you can't even see Fat Joe when he walking with them dudes, man. Like, you can't be serious, man. He never tried to stunt like this on 50 Cent, but he feel like, he could just come in and push up on Papoose. Like something sweet about me. You know what I'm saying? I'm an upcoming artist. This dude's been in the game for years. And it's real disappointing to get up close and personal and see that he's not authentic.
Fat Joe also said something that after the altercation, you and him had a conversation. Did y'all have that conversation?
Yo, Envy, after I two-pieced him and his entourage rushed me and I mixed it up with them, you know what I'm saying? Everything separated. Okay? I said, yo, listen, Joe, man. I'm from the street, man. You know what I'm saying? I give it up. It's nothing in me. You see how I kept it in that room? I said, listen, in my past, in my life, I done robbed dudes and I done washed dudes up. You know what I'm saying? Now, you let me know what it is, Ms. Jones. 50 Cent was filling in for DJ Clue and called me on the radio to do an interview. You know what I'm saying? 50, I went up there to do the interview. Who is this dude to tell me who I could do an interview with? When 50 Cent was speaking about how much of a clown he is, I didn't say nothing about this dude. The story, I kept it street. I didn't say nothing about the incident, Ms. Jones. The incident hit the internet. Fat Joe, look at Fat Joe's first comment he put out. He tried to act like this never happened. He puts out a comment. No disrespect to Papoose, but picture him knocking Fat Joe out. Yo, nobody knocked you out, homie. I punched you in your face, and it went out there. What you want me to do about that, man? Like, he's trying to save face. If you was a gangster, it's nothing, man. It happens.
So at no point during this, after this, did you ask for your watch back?
Ms. Jones, you know what I told him? That's what I told him. What I just told you, I told him. I said, I'm from the street. I washed dudes up in my life, and I robbed dudes in my life. You know what I'm saying to you? I had scuffles. It is what it is. I said, now you tell me what it is. That's the only thing I said to that dude. He's a liar, man. His man asked me for his ring back. His man said, yo, my ring is gone. Where's my ring? Come on, Joe, man. Cut it out, man.
Papoose is on the line, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, Papoose. We're late running behind. It's 8:52 on Miss Jones in the morning.
All right, y'all. Let's get to the other video.
We got Fat Joe on the line.
All right, this is Fat Joe. This is Fat Joe.
Since when you know me to be a punk in your life?
No, I ain't call you a punk.
All right, this is what I'm hearing. Yo, Jonesy, you have never known Fat Joe to back down from anybody in the history of mankind. Papoose is a pussy boy. Weigh about 60 pounds.
Joe.
Listen,
You can't, but I gotta. If you do it again, Ebro's gonna make me dead the interview. You gotta keep it clean.
I don't really care about it. I'm just
All right,
trying to
well,
let you know.
I'm telling you that I want you to talk. I want you to say
calm
whatever
down.
you want to say.
Hold up. Calm
you
down,
can't
Jonesy.
like.
Calm down.
You're being
Calm
too
down.
descriptive.
Calm down, Jonesy. You talking about
I'm
me
fine.
every other week.
Yeah, crazy thing is, man, with Fat Joe, you just never know who's lying, bro. He lies. He tells 150 stories. So you just never know the truth of Fat Joe. You know what I mean?
Every other week.
Joey, you know what? Let's me and you talk. Let's not even do it on air because it seems like you have an issue with me. So we'll talk behind the scenes.
DJ Whiteout.
All right, it's 9:37 on Miss Jones in the morning. So Fat Joe is on the phone, and the reason why
Fat Joe's back on, y'all.
I had to stop. No, he's up. Okay. Yeah, but the reason why I had to stop is because he said a cuss that ain't permitted on the radio,
right.
And then he kept on going, so I had to stop him because I'm not getting in trouble. I can say certain curses, but other ones I can't, and he said the one that I can't. But so what I did was we've been taping him so that we could play back his version or the truth or whatever it is that he had to say. But now we're back up and Joe's on the line. So Joe, if you feel like starting from the top again, you can. Or
I don't want to start from the top again.
Then you gotta hold on so that I can play back the interview. All right. Then hold on, and here we go.
Hello, so I'm on the radio, so check this out. New York City, y'all know me better than this. Papoose weighs about 60 pounds flat. I will knock out Papoose with one hand behind my back. This boy here, man, Cassidy did not set up Papoose. America, you gotta know Cassidy didn't know nothing about what was going on. 50 Cent is up on the radio disrespecting me. Papoose in the background laughing, joking around. He's Remy Martin's husband. She got diarrhea out her mouth. All I ever do for this bum chick was take her out the projects and get her Beamers and Benzes, move her to Jersey and put money in her pocket. Let's keep it real. That's her man. He can't control his girl. She up there disrespecting my wife, my family, talking reckless on the radio. All right, cool. Jackpot. I got a show in North Carolina.
Yeah, they must didn't have a lot of cameras around back in those times, man. I'm surprised nobody got this on camera. Them two fighting, you know.
Eating dinner. They come up and they tell me, yo, Papoose is downstairs in the first floor. There's Yo Gotti is there, the rapper. Gucci Man is there. Cassidy is there. And there's 40 people there. 40, the real story's going to come out. There was 40 people there. I knock on room 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 110. The door opens. There's 30 people in the room. Sweets, girls, everybody smoking blunts. Cassidy's there, Papoose there. I walk in with three dudes. I walk up in there. I'm on promo tour. I walk in there with 3 dudes. When I get in there, I don't know when I walk in that door, Papoose got 30 dudes with him. I walk up in there, I ask him, what's poppin', homie? What's good? Do you have a problem with me? I'll tell you that.
Everybody know Fat Joe. He exaggerates with numbers and stuff. Might have been 5 people with him, but he'll say there was 300. He had 300 goons with him. Oh, that's his everyday thing. You know, when he says something, you gotta either add or subtract in the situation. You know what I mean?
The truth, I was hoping he would have said no, and I would have went back upstairs to eat my dinner. So you know what you're saying? He's running around the room, jumping over. You know when they got hotel rooms, Envy, when you're on the road, they got the little kitchen in there? Mm-hmm. He jumps over the wall, traps himself in the corner, right? So I go up in there, I say, yo, Papoose, do we have a problem, homie? He says, well, you want it to be a problem? At that point, he caught what we call the beats, right? His man's jump in the way. His DJ, did he tell you his DJ is in the hospital still? His man jumps in the way, got 2-piece Bloody Mary. His whole face is ripped up, right? His man, he got some real good human shields. His other man, who's his best friend, his lip looked like an 18-wheeler tire when we was done with that boy. When they finally had enough, Papoose never threw a punch. He's crouched down. I felt so sorry for this boy, Miss Jones. I gave him the beats. I was telling him, you better respect me. This is the beats. I felt so sorry for this boy right here. I let him go, and I'm mad that I let him go. I felt sorry for this guy. Papoose, he's like, oh, running out the room. He caught a couple of snuffs on the way out, too. Boom, we walk out the room, so I'm walking out. Papoose says, Joe, can I talk to you, man? Please, can I talk to you, Joe? Please, can I talk to you? Please, can I talk to you? I'm like, all right, I come down the hall. Do you want to fight? Do you want to fight? Again, Papoose, this is abuse. If you put me lined up next to Papoose, this is abuse. The fact that anyone in New York City would entertain the fact that Papoose Bruce, the dude is on the internet now for getting punched in his face doing a stripper dance on a pole by some other dudes a month ago. Then they beat his man down to death, and he's standing there looking at them beating up his man. This guy here, Sniff Fat Joe, Joe Crack, the realest rapper ever rapped in history. That's what you're telling me? I spoke to him. I asked him 40 times, Miss Jones, but let me know, do you want to buy? I said, Papoose, there's only 3 of us here, Papoose.
Joey, let me ask you something.
Listen, don't run back. He called me, begged me to come down there to talk to him. And he ain't tell you that he lost his watch.
He did say that.
All right, he told you that.
He
so
said
he's
that.
He's begging me, yo, can I get my watch back? I don't got your watch, Papoose.
He didn't say that.
He's begging me. I'm telling you the truth. He's begging me. You know what the problem is, Miss Jones? That before we report these media and stuff like that, we should check up with everybody to find out what's right and what's wrong. What's the story? Why don't you call Yo Gotti? I'm sure MB knows Gucci Man. You know the guy who busts his guns? Gucci Man, the realest rapper for ATL, who shoots people all the time? Call him. So he could tell you. Call 40 other people that were there who seen it. This is such a shame. This is such a shame what they trying to do to me. 50 Cent with all this internet stuff. This is disrespect.
But why don't you why haven't you ever gone to 50 to, like, it seems like he's the bottom, the brewing of this.
I asked 50 million times.
Like, why aren't you fighting him?
Listen, I asked 50 a million times to let me fight him. Miss Jones,
you don't ask him though. If you could fight him, you just run up and papoose him.
All right, you know what you do there?
He run up and papoose him. That's hilarious.
Him, and then there's 20 security guards there who are police.
At least you got yours off.
No, you don't get yours off because he'll hide behind them and he won't get his off. You understand what I'm saying? He's gonna hide behind them like
Papoose
he did
said you had
Papoose.
you're
He's
not
a liar,
off.
but you want to know what, Miss Jones?
Cops with you.
You want to know what, Miss Jones? Hip Hop Weekly, the magazine will be out next week. They interviewed Yo Gotti. They interviewed Papoose's Cassidy's manager. They interviewed.
Hold on, Joey. Hold on, because I got to start playing this.
I will not be stopped. I will make more hit records. I have asked him to fight me to cause you away. He could call Chris Lighty. He could call anybody. He's Cop Diesel. He takes steroids. I've seen him on Larry King. Larry King on CNN said he takes steroids. Come with it already, man.
All right, that's enough of that, man. Hold on. Now let's see if we can find the Cassidy, Cassidy's explanation of what happened. You know what I mean? So, everybody, let's get to it. Cassidy has something to say also. Everybody, hold tight. Yeah, this stuff is getting a little entertaining, man. Well, it's really boring, to be exact. But for some reason, this stuff has surfaced back up after the Hip Hop is Real interview. You know what I mean? So, but here it goes right here, y'all. So, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Here's Cassidy. You know what I mean? Cassidy talking his half. And yeah, let's get to it, man. All right, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Hold tight. Let's see if I can get this to play. All right, here we go. Right here, y'all. This is the Cassidy part. Let's get to it.
It's 8:27 here on Miss Jones in the morning, and as promised, Cassidy is on the line. Good morning, Cassidy.
What's going on, Miss Jones? How you doing today?
Thought we was gonna have to send a missing people's alert out there. We trying to wake you up and find you.
Yeah, I apologize. You know, sometimes when your show be on, even though I'm a big fan, I be asleep. So yesterday when y'all was emailing me and things like that for me to jump on the radio, I was knocked out. I ain't wake up till about 3 o'clock. So
Now,
by the time I woke up, I hit.
Believe me, you do not have to apologize. We were joking about it, going, how dare he not be up early at 6 o'clock in the morning waiting to call the show? How dare we? Just joking about it. It's okay.
Only time I be up when I head is when I'm coming from the studio, when I still be up and I still be working, and I be coming from the studio around that time going home. That's a lot of times when I get to hear, but 9 times out of 10 I be sleeping around that time.
Child, if we ain't have to be here, we be sleeping too. You ain't got to explain that. We like us, but shoot, sleep come first for us too. Anyway, the real reason why we were asking you to call is because yesterday, Papoose called to talk about the whole fight between him and Fat Joe. And he said, your name came up because he said that y'all were in a hotel getting ready to do a show down in North Carolina. You called him to his room. And then as soon as he got there, Fat Joe busted in the room and then they started fighting. So I said, how did Fat Joe know that you were in the room? Did Cassidy call him and let him know? Or did anybody from I'll let you actually hear how the conversation went.
All right.
This dude is crazy.
So did Cassidy set you up?
You heard the story, Miss Jones. You tell me what you think.
Not that part with me on it. I mean, I'm just saying, Cassidy.
She the one starting a lot of this shit, you know what I mean? Going back and forth, asking questions that shouldn't be asked, man. They should just let that shit go. It's in the past. No, just leave it at that.
Did you know Fat Joe was coming to the room? Damn, y'all.
Yeah, man.
It'd be a lot of media, man, to keep a lot of this shit going. You know what I mean? It's kind of sickening.
Miss Jones, you know, I pretty much knew it was going to get out of hand, not just with my name, but just with the story, period, because it was a crazy situation between two people that hold weight. But at the end of the day, Miss Jones, what the world don't know is that we was all staying in the same hotel. So it wasn't like I called Papoose from his home to my home and then something happened to him, or I called him from far away and he came into an unfamiliar area. We were staying in the same hotel on the same floor, me, Fat Joe, and Papoose. So I definitely wouldn't set Papoose up. If anything, you got to blame the promoter, the person that booked us for the show, the person that all set us up and booked the hotel rooms, because they all knew what hotel rooms we was going to be in, and they all put us in the same hotel. So it definitely wasn't my fault. I was just reaching out, trying to communicate, trying to build relationships. So that was my first time actually conversating with Papoose when I seen him in a hotel. That was my first time. I mean, I ran into him a couple times and seen his face, but I never really got the chance to bust it up with him or communicate with him. So, and being to the fact that he up and coming and he doing this thing and he definitely got a little buzz, I wanted to build a relationship and pretty much hopefully we could have did a song or something in the future.
Right.
So that's what I was doing, just reaching out. Okay. So I called this phone. Yo, do you want to come down to my room? You know, we down here. We enjoying ourselves, listening to music, getting our mind right before we go to the show. If you try and get your mind right before you go do your show, because I figured he probably was going to have to leave the hotel before me. So I figured, like, you know what I'm saying, before he went to go do the show, he could come and, get his mind right. So I called him through my room. He was right next door in the hotel, though. We was on the same floor. He was probably like a door or two away from me. So, by him being in my room, it's not like he was far away. And
so were you there when Fat Joe said to him, "You got a problem with me"? Like, is that how it really happened?
Well, what it was when he first came to the door, my people, the people that hold me down, the people that be with me, was at the door, and actually, they know that I'm cool with Fat Joe. I've been, had a relationship with Fat Joe for years.
Right.
So they knew we didn't have no problem. So when they seen Fat Joe at the door, they just automatically, just
let him in.
opened up the door, and fell in line. It's not like I had communication with Fat Joe, even though I, been messing with him for years and associating him with him for years. It's not like I had his information or his phone number or nothing to be able to talk to him. And that was my first day ever meeting Papoose, so it was impossible for us to plan some setup because I didn't even know that I was going to actually see Papoose in order to get his information to call him to my room.
So Fat Joe walks in, and he walk over to Papoose and say, "You got a problem with me?"
Something like that. It was like, there was so many people in the room, so much going on, but I do remember Fat Joe asked me, do we have a problem? You know what I'm saying?
And what did Papoose say?
I don't know his exact words. Like, I don't want y'all to, say, like, these is his exact words. But I know he didn't say we don't have a problem. He didn't say, no, we don't got no problem. I guess Papoose felt as though the way that Fat Joe approached him in a way that he came and asked him, do we have a problem? I guess he felt like if he said he didn't have a problem with him, he would have been backing down. So at the end of the day, he just didn't want to bow out or back down or nothing like that. So he didn't want to say we didn't have a problem. But at the end of the day, it's like when you're in the streets, if you don't got a problem with somebody, then you need to make that known. And if you do, then you need to make that known. So if you don't say nothing, and if you don't say I don't got a problem with you, then that mean I do. So that's how stuff got carried away.
Did he punch Fat Joe?
And another thing y'all need to know, too, is after it all went down, after the drama, went down, after he came in the room and the fight broke out and all that little stuff, after the drama went down, they actually got a chance to talk in the hallway again.
That's what I wanted to get. I wanted to get to that part. But when he said the whole...
You never know what really happened, man. You probably never find out. All three of these dudes, they got stories up the wazoo, man. They all tell stories, and they add steroids to their stories every time. Especially Fat Joe. Fat Joe got whoppers.
Do you have a problem with me? And he was like, do you got one with me? Or whatever. Did he hit Fat Joe first, and that's why Joey jumped on him? Or did Joey just two-piece him first and kept it coming?
I wasn't even paying attention. At that point, I excused myself from the room. Because it's like,
You left?
Set Joe, set Papoose up for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, realistically, like, set anybody up for what?
No,
right
I know
now,
we know you didn't set him up, but who hit who first?
Murder. I got in an accident, so it's like, it won't make my credibility get any better. I won't sell no records. It won't help me out. If I would have set him up, you probably would have seen a bunch of Philly niggas. Oh, excuse me, I apologize.
No, it's cool. No, we know we're past that. We know you didn't have anything to do. It wasn't a setup.
A bunch of Philly dudes. You probably would have seen AR Ab assault rifle or Snooky the Bear, somebody with a beard walking there if I would have set you up. Or you probably would have seen a Rough Rider or somebody that been my family for years running the room. I'm going to set you up. I'm not going to set you up and have Fat Joe coming in the room. Not saying that that's not my man and I don't respect him and all that, but that's not how I rock out.
Right. No, I just wanted to know because Papoose is saying he hit Fat Joe first. Fat Joe is saying he hit Papoose first. You were there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was there, but at the time when the actual fight broke out, it's like I was at the door in the hallway.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get to the bottom of this shit.
But it's like my peoples that was with me, you know what I'm saying? Papoose had his peoples with him too. I want y'all to know that.
Well, your people
Papoose wasn't by himself. Papoose had about 6, 7, 8 people in the hotel with him.
Yeah, no, he told us that. He told us that.
2, 3 people, was floating in and out the room. So Fat Joe came in with his people. I don't know whether, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what's the beef over. If I knew it was a beef already, then I could be able to jump up and try to neutralize the situation. Like, don't blow it out of proportion or don't do it in here. I probably could have
Cassidy
it in the bud if I knew what it was over.
No, we know. Cassidy, let me ask you a question. Do any of
the fact that they was on the radio the night before Fat Joe felt some type of way? I didn't know about that. I was on the road traveling around doing my shows. So I didn't know about the radio situation and I didn't know that Joe had a problem with Papoose.
When you left,
I would have knew the actual reason why they was beefing. I probably could have nipped it in the bud.
Right, but when you left the room, did any of your friends stay? Hold on, I need to know this answer. I can't.
I don't think you're gonna get it.
I can't. I just want to know if you left the room. That's fine. If you left the room, that's good. I just want to know, did any of your friends stay behind? Can they tell us who hit who first? That's just the nosiness in me.
Yeah, I know you got like Miss Jones. Like at the end of the day, all I really wanted to do is let the world know that I'm not a shiesty dude. Like I'm a good dude. Like
No,
you know
I know.
at the
We
end
got
of the
that
day,
out. I let
when
you,
I'm building
we
a
know. I
relationship
want to
with a
know who
rapper
hit
or with
who
anybody in the
first.
world,
I gotta know.
I
Like
want them
Joe.
to feel safe around me. I don't want them to feel like I'm a shiesty dude that assess something up.
Hold on. Because I don't think I'm gonna get what I want.
You're not gonna get it.
All right, it's 8:35. Cassidy's on the line. It's Miss Jones in the morning.
All right, y'all. That's that, man. So, what do y'all think happened? Y'all leave comments. Y'all leave comments, man. Let me know what y'all think happened. You know, from what I hear, nobody knows, man. No, I couldn't tell you what happened. You know, who got beat up, who cried, what, you know what I mean? But y'all subscribe to the channel, and I'm gonna try to get back on here and start doing more live reactions to this, to this YouTube stuff. Y'all have a good day.